Hi, I'm Paisley Mercury. Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A so that way you can get to know me a little bit more, and I'll be answering all the questions you might be having. So thank you so much to everyone who submitted questions. I'm really excited to answer them. I've been working on this YouTube channel for the past couple of years, and it's been really exciting and nerve-wracking and challenging and super rewarding, and I'm just really excited to celebrate these 2 years with you by actually talking about a little bit of myself and what I'm doing here. There's also some really fun questions that y'all asked about other things, so we'll get into it, and yeah, I'm really excited. I have my laptop right over here. So the first question that I have here is, what is my YouTube channel about? So this YouTube channel is all about makeup and beauty and anything that falls into that. It's also a little bit about content creation and things along that journey. I think it's really fun to share so much about makeup and talk about all things beauty because I've grown up watching YouTube for most of my life, honestly at this point at least half of my life, and I've always wanted to make videos like all the YouTubers that I ever watched. I really specifically remember watching Michelle Phan's video on how to make the Bad Romance makeup look. I mean, I remember staying up really late and watching the premiere of the Bad Romance music video by Lady Gaga. Such a formative experience. And yeah, I have basically created my YouTube channel about makeup and how to create fun looks and just making makeup a tool for you and myself to create the look that shows how we're feeling or how we want to feel. And yeah, that's what my channel is about. I really love it. I really enjoy it. I also got the question, why did I start my YouTube channel? So I started my YouTube channel so I could create that space to be able to share all of my ideas. I've been makeup obsessed since I was really little. I remember dragging my mom's makeup out of its hiding spot, and I think back and I'm like, oh my gosh, my poor mom. But makeup is just so fun to play with, all the colors and the shades and the different formulas. And I wanted to create a space where I could talk about those things and have different conversations, not just about makeup itself, but what makeup means to what it means to us like throughout our life, and thinking about all the other implications as well. And it's a pretty grand task, but I'm excited to continue to see my channel grow and see the conversations that happen in the comments. And I've been following like beauty forums for a long time, and I've wanted to create a space where I can formulate all of my thoughts and put them together and share them and see who agrees, who disagrees, and hear all the different perspectives. So I've got some other fun questions. So I got the question, what time do you go to bed? And I try to be in bed by midnight so that way I can scroll on my phone one last time, see what's on the Ulta and Sephora new arrivals, and then I can dream about them when I go to sleep. I got the question, what is your favorite piece of clothing? So my favorite piece of clothing is this one blue t-shirt that I had. I got it from H&M for like $3 on clearance. I'll see if I can pop a picture like right over here. It has the phrase, "It's okay, isn't it?" That t-shirt was just so good. It's like kind of meta. It's like super random, and it just speaks to my soul. I haven't been able to find that t-shirt for a really long time, but I hope it's just buried somewhere at the bottom of my storage, like where I keep all my clothes. And yeah, that's my favorite piece of clothing. It's super cute. I miss that so much. Favorite ice cream flavor. My favorite ice cream flavor is chocolate fudge brownie, and like the good kind of brownie, like brownie chunks. Delicious, especially with chocolate ice cream. Delish. Just like the texture. It's so good. Yeah, chocolate fudge brownie. Close second would be fish food from Ben & Jerry's. And I actually don't like the chocolate fudge brownie from Ben & Jerry's because I don't like gooey brownie with ice cream. I like more of like a cakey brownie with ice cream. Favorite holiday. This one's hard because I actually love a lot of holidays, but I would say my favorite is Valentine's because I love, even though Valentine's is more about the commercialization of love and romance. It's more about the commercialization of infatuation. I still love pink and red, and I do love that it's just such a romantic time. And yeah, that's my favorite. I would say Christmas is my second because I love gift giving. I love just all the Christmas carols. I was also a choir kid, so Christmas season really started like in August. And yeah, so Valentine's and Christmas. I love pink. I love red. Anything with that, I mostly adore. How many siblings do you have? I have 6 siblings, 3 sisters, 3 brothers, and I'm right in the middle. Where did you grow up? Growing up, we moved around a lot. So I've lived like large chunks of my life in the west side of Indianapolis. I've also lived in the panhandle of Florida, and I also have lived in southeastern Idaho. So, it's a hodgepodge, but like, it's been pretty cool. I really appreciate now how many different places I've seen, how many different experiences in different places that I've had. I appreciate that way more now than I did when I was younger. How would you describe your fashion sense? So I would describe my fashion sense currently as in transition. I used to describe it as slutty grandma because I love a lot of like contradictory pieces. Like I like a lot of things with textures. I like my mom growing up, she loved putting me in a lot of like cute little lacy things, which I didn't like then, but I definitely like way more now. And just things that are kind of ugly chic. That's my fave. Right now, I'm trying to find my own direction of hotness and sexiness. I'm trying to really go down that way. Right now, I'm wearing a bunch of super basic nothingness. Well, I'm wearing a bunch of like super basics because I'm traveling, and as I'm in transition, I'm trying to figure out how do I wear clothes, like how do I incorporate clothing that I will, 1, actually wear, 2, feel cute in, and 3, like it's easy to take care of and is also weather appropriate. Because growing up, my mom had the biggest struggle with me because I only wanted to wear shorts and short sleeves and tank tops during the winter and long sleeves and sweats all summer. And I still have that issue with myself. I don't know why it is, but alas, there we are. What is your coffee order? My coffee order is a iced caramel mocha double chocolate, or if I order hot, I do a mocha. Dogs or cats? Currently cats. My 2 kittens, they're not kittens anymore, but my 2 children, Jameson and Celeste, they're the lights of my life. I love them so much. I love cats so much. Growing up, I was around a bunch of dogs. Like we've had dogs for most of my life, but I like that with cats you can be really lazy, and I like to snuggle. I mean, our kittens are just snuggle bugs, and they're actually really affectionate. I know a lot of people think that cats aren't like that, but no, my cats demand attention. They demand affection. They just want to be in our lap all the time. Like Jameson just wants to be in my arms, and I missed him so much. Oh, I can't wait. So yeah, we get to go home tomorrow, and I'm so excited. Where do you currently live? I currently live in Indianapolis. If you could live anywhere, where would you live? All things being perfect, I would live in San Juan. So I'm from Puerto Rico, and the island just has my heart, it has my soul. I still have family that lives there. I know that the situation in Puerto Rico is really frustrating due to the everlasting impacts of colonization and the current situation of being a U.S. territory. That's like a whole thing I can't get into right now, but basically, yeah, I miss my home. For me, that'll always be home, just because it just speaks to me. Like, that's where I was born, that's where my family's from, and yeah, I love it so much, and I miss it so much, and it's hard to miss a place that in a lot of ways I know I don't know, but I mean, the last time I visited was a while ago, and the beaches are so beautiful. The culture there is amazing, because I mean, obviously, like, Boricua culture is totally different than U.S. culture, and yeah, I love it. I miss it, and my soul aches for it, and if I could live anywhere, I would live there. What are some of your favorite TV shows? So, Girlfriends, amazing. Like, at the beginning of the pandemic, I watched that. Yes. Also, Golden Girls, Sex and the City, frustrating, but also I can't mention it because I can't not mention it because I like reference it all the time. MASH, super good. Love that one. RuPaul's Drag Race and Real Housewives. I mean, if you've been watching me for a while, if you've had the privilege of conversing with me for longer than 10 minutes, IRL, you would hear about how I describe the wonders of the longitudinal sociological study that is Real Housewives, and specifically Real Housewives of Atlanta, my number one. Real Housewives of Orange County has also struck a huge chord in me. So good. And that's not even mentioning like another dozen TV shows that speak to my soul and have created the personality you're interacting with right now. What's your favorite drugstore makeup brand? That's super hard because I would say it's a tie between Revlon and L'Oreal. Revlon, I have a bajillion lipsticks from. I think their lipstick formula is amazing. I recently just panned their Color Stay Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. So good. And I have a couple of their blushes, which I think are really pretty too. I also really love L'Oreal, and I love how luxe it is for being drugstore makeup. I love that it's effective and packaged really well. It is a little frustrating because they're definitely more expensive for being drugstore, but I also don't feel like they've cut corners in places where they shouldn't cut corners. Like, I can deal with inexpensive packaging. Like Wet n Wild, I think, has a lot of good hits, but I also get really frustrated because Wet n Wild doesn't have shades pretty much. Like, they only have like a handful of shades, and most of their great products they've discontinued. So not that, like, I also love Wet n Wild, but like also that's my list of like frustrating things from the drugstore about a former favorite. Anyway, my favorites would be Revlon and L'Oreal. Favorite high-end makeup brand. That one is hard because I don't think of my, like, I have like specific categories that I like certain brands for. And I would say my favorite high-end makeup brand right now is Natasha Denona, but that's mostly because of their eyeshadow palettes. And like, I really enjoy Pat McGrath. I think aesthetically that's it. Pat McGrath speaks to my soul. And also I struggle because I don't have anything from Pat McGrath. So it's hard to call it my favorite if I don't have anything from her brand. But I really like a lot of NARS, but I also don't find myself that excited over that many of their things. Like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, like, what's NARS launching next? That one's a good one. I'll have to revisit those two questions of like favorite brands, so favorite makeup brands, so that way I could like really do a deep dive into it. Next question. This one's cutting deep, so oh no, I'm blurry. Do I want kids in the future, and where do you see yourself raising them? That's really good. I do want kids in the future. I'm not quite sure where I want to raise them yet. Because, so like right now I'm in Salt Lake City with my partner. We both do some work out here. We live full-time in Indianapolis, and it's just hard because you have to look at so many different aspects to try your best to give what you can to your kids. And I think raising kids in Salt Lake is actually not bad. I think it would be actually a great place to raise kids. And like the schools out here, it's both good and bad. Like, that's like a larger conversation. So I study education, and there's so many aspects into what makes schools good or bad, and then also thinking about the overall culture of the city where you live or the place where you live. And yeah, that's hard. I mean, I would imagine myself wanting to stay somewhere for a really long time. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to like keep thinking about that. It would just have to come down to where I would see myself being for the longest term, where I would feel like I have the most support for myself to also raise my kids. I mean, my bestie lives out in LA, and if we were to be next door neighbors and babysit each other's kids, like, that would be kind of magical. So we'll see. It's hard because it's like cost of living, education, culture, family support. That's a lot of things to think about. I mean, that's also just life, but I'm gonna have to keep thinking about that one. What jobs did you have in high school? I had a couple jobs. My first ever job ever was working at Pizza Hut. I started off as a customer service rep, and then I learned how to cut the pizzas. Then I learned how to make the pizzas, and then I was a delivery driver. The big bucks was in delivering. That was super duper fun. I had my little socks that had pizza slices on them. I still have those socks. It was just such a vibe. Like, I remember begging my manager to let me wear a visor So then when I delivered pizzas, I could have like my cute ponytail like swing behind me and I'm like, hi, I've got your pizza. That was really fun. I also worked at Taco Bell. That actually was a great experience. Those little Cinnabon bites, delish. Very stressful. Taco Bell lunch rush, character building if I've ever experienced any. And I also was a dancer at a haunted house. That was really fun. I did that with my best friend in high school. Memories. Yeah, so those were my jobs in high school. What do you want to be when you grow up? That's a great question. I want to be a lot of things. So I think the big picture is I would love to continue to do this professionally, creating content. I also see myself in the long term continuing my work as a academic, which is so funny to say. So I love talking about race, class, and gender, and that's what I got my undergrad degree in. That's what I'm working on currently with my graduate degree, and I would love to be a professor. I want to work with students. I want to continue to work with students and be in a space where I can support people in their educational journey. I really rely so much on my own mentors during my own educational journey, the one that I'm currently on, and I would love to do that for others as well. So that's a big part of what I want to be when I grow up. And yeah. But I still feel like I'm still working on it. Like I have so many things that I want to work towards, and it's all about making sure that I'm setting my goals and doing what I need to do to reach them. You're going on a date. What is your lip color? It depends on my outfit. Like I have my 3 go-tos. So my number 1 is Revlon's lipstick in Champagne on Ice. It is kind of like a gold nude lipstick. Beautiful. That and a little lip gloss on top. Unstoppable, super chic. It looks so good. So good. And it works with so many skin tones too. It works with so many different outfits. It's fabulous. And my other go-to is the Buxom Plumping Lip Polish in Dolly. I love to put that on before the date, and then afterwards when it's worn off a little bit and it's not so tingly, then I can actually kiss my partner. Mwah. So yeah, Dolly. And my other one is the L'Oreal Lip Balm and Gloss Celestial Blossom. Super effortless, very, I'm so pretty, and love that. Oh my gosh, I'm getting out of focus. Okay, hopefully I wasn't out of focus for too long. Favorite hairstyle from the last 5 years? Thank you so much, Ashton, for asking this question. I think I'm going to make a whole video on this. I've had about half a dozen hairstyles in the past 5 years, so I'm going to make a video on it, but my quick response now is my favorite hairstyle is the one I have right now. Or no, I mean, this one's like a hit. This one's great. I actually really loved this shag hair, like the soft shag that I had with like curly bangs. That was an absolute favorite. And yeah, that's my number 1. I also really liked when I had half and half, like pink and red. That was really fun. But yeah, let me save some for the video. And then to wrap this up, my favorite tinted moisturizer / CC cream. So that one's a difficult one because I don't actually like tinted moisturizers and CC creams, but I do like the It Cosmetics CC cream. That I wouldn't say is a CC cream though, because that is literally a full coverage foundation. Like, I do really like it. I do have to mix it with other things to get it to work for me, so that's like kind of frustrating, but I do like things that are high coverage. A tinted moisturizer that I actually do kind of like, but this is literally for people who are like, I want to look like I'm wearing no makeup and that is the Pixie H2O Skin Tint. That looks like no makeup. Literally looks like 0% makeup. Like if you want to look like you wear no makeup, but you have like a little something on, that one, it's kind of uncanny. Like that I think is like for very particular situations. I don't know that I would wear that every day, but my favorite complexion product period right now would be the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. I mix the shades Zero Shell and so L0 Shell and L1 Porcelain. I mix those two. Beautiful. It's like medium to buildable full coverage and dewy. I said it, and I feel like it makes me look healthy and perfect. Yeah, that's my feelings on that. That one's really great. So yes, that is all the questions that I can answer right now. Thank you so much if you submitted a question. Thank you so much for watching to the end. And yeah, if you want to continue to join me on this journey, please subscribe and please like if you liked this video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.